Lyrics for the F Shack. Love Dirty Mike and the boys.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the boys? How you know who we are?
What's this they call it, the podcast?
Morning Good. Oh, I love
Hey,
that.
welcome to the Earth. Thanks. Oh, wait, I'll start over.
Welcome to Morning Good.
Do they have full schools for Down syndrome?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Interesting.
And let me tell you, it's funny.
Yeah.
We're here with Paddy Defino, by the way, and Alan
Hey.
Fitzgerald.
Grades 4 through 52. Then they die off.
Yeah, grades 4 through peanut M&M.
I was joking with our roommate about fucking going in and like just being a dick and like farting on your election ballot, or like because people could just see you in the other booths, or just like wiping your ass with the thing and handing it to the guy, and he's like, I'm not even the guy you're mad at. Like, why are you doing that?
Or just complain the guy you want isn't on the ballot.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's Hitler?
Yeah.
the most profound ruler of all time.
Dude, if everyone just wrote Adolf Hitler's name in there, would they have to find a guy named Adolf Hitler and put him in?
Yeah, is that how that works? I don't know. Yeah.
Or would they yeah.
Or they just change Kamala's name?
Or would they
Come on. Legally change your name to Adolf
Hitler.
Hitler.
Yeah, if a bunch of people voted for Adolf Hitler, by the left-wing media's take, those would be votes for Trump.
Yeah.
So it's a real double-edged sword
That's
there.
good. Yeah,
that's
that's
why you
good.
got to be careful what you say.
Yeah, be very careful. Have you seen the Adolf Hitler? There's like an African guy named Adolf Hitler.
No.
And it's playing that song. It's like, and if you close your eyes, and it's like Adolf Hitler like funds a school. Like he's doing all these great things. He's just this black guy named Adolf Hitler.
You have to.
Yeah,
Your name
yeah.
is Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I need to be the best guy and then be a priest.
Yeah. It's also funny too because like there's always historical people that like what was going on in Africa during World War II? When I was a kid, I thought war wars were like every single country was in the war. Like I thought it was like
It was like Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. Where it's like Africa's fighting like Mexico. I thought there was like all this stuff where it's just like totally out of control. But Africa during World War II is interesting to think about because like there's always historical people where like it's like you'll see people with like shirts with like somebody from like something, and then people were like, "Oh, do you actually know what that guy actually did? He committed 95 genocides." You're like, "I just thought he looked cool on a team." You know what I mean? There's always that thing where like, so I wonder like what the perception.
95 genocides. Are there even
Some
that
would
many?
say one is enough.
Yeah.
95.
Well, it's funny too, the genocides that people like that you always forget about. You're like, oh, this is like the Indonesian whatever. And you're like, oh, there's just so much going on where.
I always, when I think of
Japan and China used to fuck shit up in Asia.
Oh yeah.
what I always think of, like when I think of Africa, is like a bunch of like a straw village with like kids kicking a deflated
For sure.
soccer
Yeah.
ball.
Every country you think of like 3 images. It's like 3 slides.
But I
like,
blame like the people on TV that would be like, look at these African kids.
that's
have
all
to-
you were given.
That's all I knew. Like I
Yeah.
never got to see like downtown Africa.
Yeah. Yeah, Africa needs a rebrand.
Yeah, Times Square, Africa.
Yeah.
Downtown Africa. That's what I call downtown Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Here we are in downtown Africa, about to get a pair of Adidas.
Well, it's also too. It's like I remember we had a teacher in what's it called? I also love how every time we do a podcast, there's the different roommate sits out the podcast, and we just have a live audience of one person. Which there's no way for it to feel like I love being the one audience. Like when you're doing your podcast and I'm sitting watching it, I love it.
Yeah.
But when there's one person, it feels like you're performing on a show for one person.
When you're sitting in that seat, all you're doing is thinking. You're like, oh, I would have said something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you would.
I had a go. Oh, if they only knew what I would have said.
Yeah. Dude, it almost
We should be holding up cue cards for funny things for us to say.
Yeah.
Just
It's like a Jamie, but with jokes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I when I listen to podcasts, like if I listen to like Joe Rogan,
Oh, I go crazy. I'm like, dude, it's fucking Ice Age 2. That's what that's from.
Yeah,
And I get
yeah.
so furious.
yeah, and you think you would have like dominated the podcast.
Yeah. But really, you would have fucked up the intro. My name is
Yeah.
Michael Glit. Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Nothing nothing like Rogan doesn't like respond to anything. Like you can just say a bunch of words and he's just like hunched over, like flexing his muscles. Like, how do I turn this into MMA?
Yeah. I've always wondered, like, if I go on there, I'm like, I have no idea. I don't watch MMA, so I literally would have just nothing to contribute.
MMA is fun. It's just people beating the shit out of each other.
No, I like when it's on, I think it's cool, but I'm not following the people beating the shit out of each other. I'm not like, oh, did you see how much weight the guy lost so that he could beat the shit out of a guy in a different weight class? I'm just like, I'll watch.
Neither do I, but I watch
Yeah.
people beat the shit out of each other. I think that's all you need to know.
But I'd rather just watch that on Twitter. I'd rather just watch World
I
Star.
wish it was more like a freak show kind of thing, where like they would just get a guy with like an abnormally large head in there.
And that's the only weapon he can use. He can hit
He's
people with
just
his
like-
head.
It's like battle bots with like deformed humans, you know?
Well, have you seen the fucking what's it called? Like the team fighting? That's the best.
Teen fighting?
Team fighting.
Oh,
Team
okay.
fighting.
yeah.
Different video.
No. This
Yeah.
is this is like Ukrainian people. I think it's in Ukraine or something like that.
Like a war?
That's usually where it starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's they literally have people just run at each other and fight, and they're two different teams. So like
Oh.
you gang up on some of them, and then it's like they had one where there's this one fight where like one guy fights two women or something like that. It's very entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah, Ukraine, Hungary, all those Eastern European countries is where white people do shit that the other white people say, that's not cool. We can't.
Yeah.
So it's like Red Rover, they just stand in a line and then run at each other?
Well, no, they just two different lines, and they just kind of like a battle, just run at each
Oh,
other.
okay.
And there's
Pretty
always
like
like
the Battle of Winterfell.
yeah, they
How'd the
would,
guy do against the two chicks?
oh, he fucked them up. I mean, I can pull.
Of course he did.
This is what Jake should be pulling up right now. By the way, this is
What do you think he's looking at right now?
two. Okay, two women fight one guy. I think it might be Romania.
Yeah, Romain, that's another one. Anywhere where Andrew
What
Tate's
did he
like, this
text you?
place lets me do whatever I want.
Michael thinks what's happening in the Ukraine is a quote unquote team fight, not a war.
Oh, dude, this guy's bad, dude. First off, this looks like a guy who just hits his wife normally. So he's really taking it out of these two.
Oh, they're like in a ring. This isn't like in a parking
No,
lot.
they have gloves and stuff. I'm not just watching men
Dude,
beat
he's
the
so
shit out of women.
fat,
He
too.
is so fat.
Yeah,
Dude, he looks like he just sits in a recliner all day waiting for his wife to fuck up.
yeah. He's just kind of swinging his arm, and then like it's.
He's
They're
not even
fighting
a professional.
like they're fighting like women at a bar that are trying to break up a fight. So like one of them's
Yeah.
like running to the other side, then running back.
And then like when he turns around, there's another one behind him. Like
yeah, that's
going like
exactly.
this.
Yeah. But
What
his
are you
form
gonna
is also
do?
crazy. He's
Yeah.
doing like a windmill, but he's just like spinning
Yeah.
around with his arm, just like
Yeah, he does not know how to fight.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he
yeah.
has the rage of a man
who wants
you
to
know,
hit a woman. Yeah.
Who's like, dude, imagine being the guy who's just always wanted to hit a woman, and then they
They
put
get
you
paid.
in a ring,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh my god,
Oh my God. Thank you, Yugoslavia.
you go, Yugoslavia.
Yeah, that's like I wonder if that there's like sex tourism where people like travel to Thailand to like fuck a 15-year-old.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Is that a thing?
Yeah. The Fogel was big on that. That was a big Jared Fogel kind
They
of
do-
vacation.
Dude,
They go to,
Thailand,
like-
they're all about it in Thailand.
Yeah.
They go to fuck someone else, not just like bring my wife and fuck her.
yeah,
Like,
no, yeah.
Yeah, you can do that at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude. You go, I was thinking the other day, like, what it's like to be someone who owns, like, just a regular brothel in Thailand. All the women are
Like, no,
18
they don't
years
have
old.
dicks. They're not kids.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
normal
Yeah.
sex.
And everyone's just like, "What? Look at Goody Two Shoes over here."
yeah.
That's like the equivalent of like an actual marijuana dispensary in New York.
Like,
It's like,
wait.
what are you fucking from the future?
Yeah,
Relax.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but I wonder if there's like going to be fighting tourism where you go there. People just go to fight women. And
Yeah.
whatever.
And Ireland is the last destination.
Yeah.
That's the final boss. Dude, people will just like try to fight you. Like just because like that's like what you do.
in Ireland.
Yeah.
In Ireland?
Yeah. If
Well,
you're
I'm
like
waiting-
drinking, like there's people who are just like be like, let's get into one.
Yeah. Well, there should be like I know Florida State we just had like a game there. I went there like 7 years ago, but they just played in Ireland.
Oh yeah, and they lost, right?
Yeah, but it's like I don't know what other reason for that. I don't know why the game was there. Who'd they play?
I don't know, but I knew it was an upset.
Yeah, but I'm like, the only reason is like just FSU's a giant party school, so they're like, yeah, let's. I mean, I'm sure there's some actual reason everybody's gonna be gay next week and be like, actually, it's because then.
Yeah.
But like, it just seems like they were like, what is the other drunkest place we can have all these? Like, I'm sure the fights there were fucking insane.
Yeah.
because it's like all the fratty-ish steroid college kids combined with drunk Irishmen just colliding.
Drunk Irishman, dude.
Nothing
Drunk
better.
No, there's a lot better.
Actually, I think anything is better than that.
Well, you think you can barely understand him to begin with, so you don't even know why he's mad at you.
But he's mad.
He's really just mad that his wife can't cook because no one can cook in
Because
Ireland.
there's 3 things to eat in Ireland.
And they're all boiled.
And they're
You ever
all
hear- you ever hear
potatoes.
somebody from like the UK try to talk about how they're good at cooking?
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
guys just haven't tried Viddly Bops. And you're like, shut the fuck. You lost this battle so
They eat
long
like-
ago.
Shut the fuck up.
Like
Yeah.
their breakfast is like, it's like the head of a fish.
Yeah,
And then like a pile of beans that
Yeah,
are like
yeah.
the
Disgusting.
darkest color, and then like somebody's shoe.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just like
It's
random.
disgusting.
And they're like, but you forgot to pour the gravy on it.
Yeah.
It wasn't good because you didn't pour the gravy.
Yeah. But this is somebody who's never been to England, but I just refuse to eat food.
I
there.
would never go there.
I would want to go because I want to go to a country that's foreign, but I could speak English.
This is
I don't
like,
want to learn a language. I never again do I want to learn a language.
if like America is like Grand Theft Auto 5, that's just like an earlier Grand Theft Auto. you
That's a
know?
good point. Yeah,
It's just like the previous version of what we have,
yeah.
just with worse teeth.
I want to hang out with like the what do you call them? Like the chaps or whatever, like the gang.
The Peaky Blinders.
yeah, not those, but like the kids that are wearing like the tracksuits.
The
and-
new Peaky
Oh,
Blinders.
yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, I'll go for an old diction and I smoke cigarettes all day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's their southern accent, by the way.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
that is.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
they sound. That's how you know you're dealing with someone crazy ignorant.
Oh yeah, just some guy with like a scar on his face. He's like, yeah, I'll kill about 4 people before I turn 15.
Why'd you kill the people? Oh, you were at a soccer match. Say no more.
It was
Say no
legal.
more. It's absolutely fine.
It was a soccer match that ended in a tie. Oh, okay.
You hit someone with a pipe.
They need to find a better way to like end a soccer match. You know,
I've never
Yeah,
watched that long. I
one
don't even know how
without
it ends.
death.
they do like a shootout and stuff, but it's like they need to end it in a way. Like they should end it by playing like
They
basketball.
should just end it forever and play a different sport. That's
Yeah,
what they
just
should
play
do.
a different sport.
Dude, I love hating soccer so much. I love
Yeah.
it. It's such an American pastime for me.
Yeah,
Just hating
yeah.
soccer.
Mm-hmm.
It's just beautiful.
Well, I'm not a sports guy, but I think that is my least favorite of the sports. Because like football, like look, when it's on, it's exciting to watch. I don't follow, but I'm like, oh, this is I can find a team I'll choose and
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
watch it. And then like the beginning, the football games are awesome. They have like a fucking flights. They have like airplanes fly and like people jump out
They
with
like bomb
parachutes.
Syria.
Yeah, yeah.
Football.
Yeah.
That's like what it's gonna be. It's gonna be the NFL countdown. It's just gonna cut to like a drone strike in the Middle East.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, fuck the fighter jets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so funny too because Middle East, another example. I just see sand and I see like a guy in a turban, kind of like I always see
Yeah.
just the same thing. It's like, and Osama came on here and he was like, "Oh, like Syria is actually like a beautiful country." I can't do his accent well.
I can do it very
Okay,
well.
okay.
Oh, Syria, very good country.
And I listened to him and I had him on my podcast. I interviewed him. And like, it's very interesting. He's like, it's very jungle-ish, all this stuff. And I just didn't believe. I know him well and I
Jungle-ish.
trust him. I just
Jungle-ish.
didn't believe
What
him.
does that mean?
Yeah. I think you're listening to a real bigot, dude.
No, I don't mean that way. I mean like
Jungle-ish.
It doesn't
bit-
sound
he
that
means
cool.
it's rich in vegetation.
That
Oh.
neighborhood in Harlem is a bit jungle-ish. You know what I'm saying? I'd stay away.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I know the guy. I trust the guy in my head. I'm like, he's probably lying about this. He's probably just sand and like a lady in a burqa. That's just how I picture.
A lot
Yeah.
of ladies in burqas.
I saw one the other day. I was like walking to the movie theater, and it looked like
Sorry, a lady in a burqa
it was like
with 3D glasses on is the funniest idea. Just
Yeah,
go to
yeah, yeah.
Despicable Me 4.
She
There's
was-
just no visualization.
she
on
was
her.
like outside on the sidewalk, and she had like a full black like thing over top of her entire body, and like a red like bandana around her head, and she looked like one of those like Imperial guards for like Darth Vader. Like one of those like harder to beat Star Wars characters.
No.
It was the craziest. I was like so scared, and I don't know how it was like the middle of the night. She's got like black fabric.
Yeah, there's no way you could see through that. Everybody's like, it's breathable, but you're like, no, there's no way. I don't know.
Yeah,
I just
don't
like, there's no. I don't know. It's July. Like, does God hate you in August? You have to wear all of that? I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess it's more of like
I think it's, let's be honest, it keeps them skinny, right? They're sweating all the time.
I have not seen a fat woman in a burqa ever.
Yeah.
Is it actually? Maybe it's tightening. Maybe it's like a corset inside. It's just.
It's like a Skims.
Yeah.
Like Kim Kardashian's gonna start selling like Muslim skim burqas.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I saw one. They had like a bathing suit one, and I used to have a joke about it. I was like, "That's so cool that her husband lets her go swimming." But it was like because they had this one thing on they're like bathing suits for everybody, and it was like it was basically just like you ever seen like a wetsuit for like a surfer? It was like that, but all the way.
But like a cape.
Yeah.
Because like isn't the whole point of that is like you don't see like the form of their body, so you're not like
That's a good point because they could just be wearing like a full body yoga pants, right? Like, is that you're covering your body, but you could see?
Yeah, you're essentially they're walking around like the middle of a magic trick.
I think Sharia law
Like
should
someone's
require you to just dress like a man to make you
like
only appealing to your husband.
grow a mustache. That shouldn't be too hard.
But something of that. I mean, it's not a terrible idea. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's all about because like the men over there don't want people to covet their wives, right?
Yeah.
So they're essentially like they didn't even take their wives out of the box. You know, they're just like,
Yeah. You stay at home. You want to leave, you ask me, and I go wherever you go.
yeah.
I'll be honest. A lot of these listeners are Muslim, so we're gonna head and tone it back. And
I thought you were going to say a lot of these listeners are down for that.
Yeah.
And I was going to be like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
If you're up in the morning.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I've said it before, but it's like I don't know why you have to look at another religion and be like, "That's I respect that." You're like, I don't I respect the people that believe them. I don't not respect you for believing a certain religion.
Yeah.
but I don't have to look at the thing and be like, "Yeah, no,
That makes total
yeah." I'm like,
sense.
I think none of it makes sense.
Then you have to do it with anything anyone comes up with.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like I don't think you're crazy because there's like there's rocket scientists of every religion and like they're way smarter than me and like they might know more. I haven't read the Quran, so I don't know. But if
it would be really unfortunate if they were right, you know?
yeah. That's not that not a very forgiving God, it seems, from what I've heard. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do,
What do you mean?
I mean,
I have no idea where you're going with this.
Yeah, what are you going to do? It is good to
if your God doesn't forgive you, you just can't do that shit.
Yeah, I guess. But it's like one of those things where it's like the whole concept of like it's like if I didn't think what you're saying was silly, I would also be Muslim or Christian or Jewish. Yeah, that was the other one I was looking for. It's like it's like everybody who says, "Oh yeah, that's it." It's like no, they think your thoughts are silly, or else they would believe them. Like I get that we don't know anything, but like they think your thought is inaccurate.
I don't know if they
Maybe not
think
silly.
it's
like a
silly
little
or
person,
inaccurate, but it's like it is hard to like fully believe in something.
Totally. And
that has no proof, you know?
and I have no idea anything. Like I'm not like saying I'm smarter because I don't know these religions, but it is interesting that people are like, "Oh no," they're like, "Yeah, look, you have to respect what everybody believes." I'm like, I can respect you. I don't have to. Look, if you finger your butt once a day, I don't have to respect that you finger your butt once a day. That doesn't mean I disrespect you for fingering your butt once a day.
I've seen like
It's a weird analogy.
Yeah,
you put the anal in an analogy.
you know what's funny
there.
too? I have absurd analogies, but I say them with such confidence, but they're never accurate at all. Like, look, this is just like if you had
Dude, if I
a
was
leg
Muslim
made out
right
of a
now, I'd be like,
sponge.
dude, I don't finger my butt all day. I worship God, you piece of
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
I'd fucking level you right now.
yeah. But there's no
That,
way
that might be where God is, by the way.
in your asshole. Yeah.
Dude, you feel them if you touch a certain spot.
Oh yeah.
That's why they call it the G spot, the God spot.
That's where it is.
The male G spot.
That's why we have you
Wait till
on.
Palestine figures that out.
You've had that figured out, right?
Dude, I cannot get a woman's finger into my ass, and I've tried an embarrassing amount of times. I have tried like 5 times, and I'm like, this is not for me.
Have you tried putting a little sign over it that says nail salon?
I don't mean I'm like trying to convince the woman. I'm saying like my ass is just like no. But somehow when I shower, I could just get a whole bar of soap into my asshole.
Yeah.
But the second a woman,
These whores aren't trying hard enough. That's all it is.
it's the most invasive feeling. I do not like the feeling.
You have to be in a better position because, like, I'm assuming what are you laying on your stomach?
Dude, I'm doing all of them. I've
He's
done
bent over.
You gotta do like this.
Oh my
Tell
god!
you, that's what it
I'm not
is.
willing to do that. Come get it.
Yeah. No, I've done all that.
Can you even physically do that?
I can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we see you try? Yeah. Alan's putting his legs in the air.
Yeah,
Dude, that's about as far as I can go. I can't.
that's pretty.
I got
good.
the same thing. Yeah, I can. I'm like one of the least flexible people, but
Yeah. Well, then don't talk shit.
I'm just saying it's funny. I'm not talking shit.
Yeah.
You're talking shit.
Maybe we should get into yoga. That seems to work.
We're the most
Yoga
flexible
sucks.
comedians
You
in the
think
city.
so?
Yeah.
Just on stage with our legs behind our heads. Just,
I don't think a shocking podcast would go well with you guys doing yoga. That would just be weird. If you guys were just like, gay sex is funny, right? All right, Dad, we're done.
Rising sun. Dude, it's hard. Yoga's hard.
yeah. I wish there was some part of me that didn't find certain things like is funny. Like gay sex will never not be funny. Little Pete, dude, I saw a little guy on the subway the other day, and I wanted to give him a kiss on the forehead. Like he's a grown man. I know that's not how you're supposed to.
Did he
feel.
have a little briefcase and a little suit?
No,
Yeah.
he had a Target bag that was like taking up half of his body. It was like almost.
What if that would like make them grow to full size if you kissed
Yeah,
them on the
mate,
forehead?
it's like a frog.
Yeah.
But nobody ever does.
I'm like, dude, I can't change the way I feel. I'm like, first off, I feel giggly, I feel happy, and I want to give this grown man a kiss on the
Yeah.
forehead. And it's the most condescending thing. But I'm like,
I do feel that way too. I'm always like, oh, look at them.
Yeah.
Getting around town.
I'm like proud
It's a
of
special
them for
little
like
surprise.
nothing. He like got up the stairs in the subway. I'm like, oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Like he's done
Picture him
nothing.
like getting
Yeah, it
like
took
this-
him 2 hours. He's got a tent halfway up there.
Like he's a Sherpa on Mount Everest. Like he's got a whole campsite.
climbing over other dead midgets.
I will say this. I thought this heat thing was going to be doable. It's too hot. I'm going to have to turn on the air.
Yeah,
Are you-
yeah, if you want to pop it on this direction.
Can you keep that going for a couple seconds? I'm going to try to figure out.
For sure.
Just
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know why it's so hot today. It was like I thought it was coming down. It was like 75 over the weekend and
91, dude. It was 91.
oh my god.
Dude, we've had a good summer.
We've had a brat summer, as
Yeah.
they say.
Yeah, dude.
For 2 seconds, you guys are talking about the weather. I said, keep the momentum.
Oh, did you just turn the
Yeah. It's too fucking. It's too loud. We're just.
Are
gonna
you
have to
sure?
switch. I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh.
It's just. We're gonna have to just deal with this.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can be like Ryan O'Toole and you can yell about it and be like, "What the fuck? It's too hot here."
Well, that's how Ryan. Yeah, I mean that's how he solves his problems.
Yeah. You yell at them.
I was thinking about because he's
this shit.
he's a squatter, right? Doesn't he like
He's
squat?
also a squirter. Oh my god! I'm fucking coming out of my pussy
in this
That's
house.
bad.
I don't know. But I was thinking about
I can't do a good impression, right?
squatters' rights.
Yeah.
It's like I know what it is. It's
Is
like
that still going on? I thought they like fixed the problem.
maybe they did, but the name squatters' rights sounds like your right to like take a shit in someone's front lawn. No, I have squatters' rights. It's an emergency.
I would love to learn the weird rights. Like I'm still like allowed to like cut your child's hair or something. Like just
Yeah.
weird laws that
Like citizens arrest.
yeah.
Like how do we citizens arrest someone? We should just citizens arrest Jake.
Easy, call a hooker.
But that's like setting them up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can then get
Yeah. Come over around 5. And then after you fuck her, you just bring her to the cops and be like, yeah, she
Yeah.
asked for money.
Yeah.
That would be so funny to buy a hooker and then cops arresting you. You're like, no. I was setting up a sting, a citizen's arrest sting.
Yeah.
Do you think they called it a sting because a lot of those people got chlamydia?
Perhaps.
Where
Maybe.
we pee and stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
man.
talking to somebody. You know how fucking cheap it? Apparently, I was talking to somebody from Amsterdam, and they were like, it was this guy, and he was so like Amsterdam, dude. He had like the long hair, and he's just talking about these like,
You can fuck a boy and it's not even gay.
yeah.
In Amsterdam.
It sounds kind of gay there, Jacques.
Yeah. He was just talking about. He's like, it's like $60 to fuck like a
Yeah.
very attractive hooker there. I'm like, that is that's like 3 beers at a bar in New York City.
Oh my god,
Amsterdam.
And they're they're in the windows too. I can't imagine something
Oh,
more
yeah.
belittling to someone's self-worth and be like, hey, you can do whatever you want to me in a window.
They're just pressing like their tits against the
they're like,
glass.
please come in. I need $55.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, it's like apparently it's like the government like pays to have them STD tested or whatever. So it's like for $60 you can fuck a smoking hot, completely clean hooker. Like how is society not falling apart? How is not every day people are just like like just?
I think it's like you probably.
Hey, hold on, let me do the math here. You make $120 a day. You keep your rent low.
Yeah. I mean, you just fucking hookers. I don't know. It just seems.
Imagine just seeing that like a bunch of beautiful like Taiwanese women and then like Alan in the window like,
Yeah.
hey, I need money too.
Yeah.
I'll jerk you off.
Pressing your tits against the window. Yeah, I don't know. I like this. That made me be like, not just for that reason, but I'm like, I should go to. And not
See, that's one thing I think we should legalize prostitution here.
Yeah. You're preaching to the choir.
I think
Yeah.
we should do that.
Yeah. But you can't be so behind that. It gets really annoying because then you're that guy that's just like
Yeah, you can't be like super into it.
Yeah,
Like,
unless you're like unless you're a
first-
female.
Come
prostitute.
on!
Yeah.
Come on!
Yeah.
Just a one-issue voter.
Yeah.
Come
What are you
on!
gonna do? Are you gonna legalize prostitution? Yeah.
Can I fuck whores or not?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I think if you're that into it though, you're probably already doing it. You're doing it here illegally.
You've been caught like 95 times, and you're like, please, I can't keep paying for the
there's-
hookers and the.
There's
fucking-
more Asian massage parlors in New York than Starbucks, I guess.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one next to the pair, and it's so funny to see comics just walk in there because like
Oh yeah.
it's just like it's like walking in. It's like your whole office scene. You just get
Yeah.
jerked off. It's like nobody's doing anything.
I've seen a few comics go up there.
Yeah.
It's like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't judge people for doing it, but it's just the confidence to just walk in and be like, hey, how's
It
it
must
going?
be
I'm just gonna-
really good if they're willing to, right? That's the only reason.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it must be the best massage parlor in town.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. How good can a hand job be? Like, it's just, I don't know.
Oh, they don't
Dude.
just do hand jobs
Those
anymore.
nimble little fingers.
That's who needs to finger my ass is a Chinese lady. Tell you what, I went one time to get my prostate checked, and a Chinese woman did it. Didn't even notice she was in there.
Yeah, they're very sneaky.
Dude, yeah. I mean, that's why they can like build iPhones. They have like the tiniest fingers, and it just slides in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Tiny fingers.
Yeah.
It's probably why they don't make iPhones in Jamaica. Just the hands are too big.
Yeah, seeing a Jamaican guy try to build, like, yeah, that has to be undoable. The biggest hands in the world.
Just so high. Oh, I keep building a Nintendo Switch.
You ever shake hands with the black guy and you're like wraps around your hand like 5 times? You're like, these are
Yeah.
Big J has a really funny bit about I don't know. I guess it's on the Kill Tony thing now, but he was talking about he's like a black guy is like dating his daughter now. He's like, they have the longest fingers. And he's like, so he had some joke about like he's like fingering his daughter. He's like, oh, my bad. And he pulls his finger out and like waves back. It's like,
Yeah, I never
got fingered by a black guy.
I've never been fingered in the butt.
Yeah.
Neither have I.
I've had like a hoo-hoo, and I like jump out of it's like cartoonish. I'll like fly through the ceiling. Like, trying to get away from it.
I'm weird. I mean, I like when a woman licks my butthole, but like a finger in there is like the most uncomfortable experience my whole entire life. Like, I think it's like, it feels very invasive.
And-
Like, it feels like you're getting it. I don't like the idea of somebody else being inside my body.
And you can like look that woman in the eye after.
Yeah.
Be like, okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't care if they lick other buttholes,
Yeah.
unless it's like a dog.
I can look her right in the eye and say thank you on
I don't even like when a woman licks my butthole. I don't even.
Not a fan?
It's kind of gross.
Yeah, I mean, it is a disgusting place.
Yeah, it is.
My thing is, though-
I don't eat well either. You know.
Yeah, I believe
do I,
you. Yeah.
You know, it'd be one thing if I was eating nothing but vegetables and shit.
Yeah.
That's not how it is.
Yeah.
A lot of bodega sandwiches. A lot of bodega sandwiches. A lot of pastrami
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's basically like licking the subway pole.
Dude, my fucking shit. I had diarrhea for like. By the way, I pay for toilet paper in the house because I am shitting the most because I'm just intaking like creatine and protein and like. But my diarrhea is fucking. I had diarrhea I think 8 times the other day.
Some would say that's borderline dysentery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not good.
Yeah, you would have not lasted on the Oregon Trail, dude.
Yeah, how do
would've
you die of diarrhea? It's just dehydration, but can't you just keep drinking? how does that work? How do you die of diarrhea?
I don't know, but I know what's his
Is
name?
that why they call it diarrhea?
What's his name used to do it? You remember
He used to die of diarrhea?
No. He used to kill people with diarrhea. What? He was the Italian. Remember World War II? The Italians
Mussolini?
Mussolini, yes.
He would kill people with diarrhea?
He would fill them up with motor oil, and then they would like shit themselves to death.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He was not a nice man.
No.
He's. I would say he's in the top 45 percentile of worst Italians of all time.
Mussolini.
Mussolini, yeah.
That's it. Where does the Jersey Shore fit in all that?
Top 10%. Top 10%.
Mussolini.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
I
how
keep
you
shitting my fucking pants away. How am I supposed to fuck this Italian girl with the shit in my pants? That's every one of them combined. The one guy's doing stand-up now.
What?
Vinny.
Vinny?
Maybe the only likable person.
I saw
on
him the other
show.
night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he any good?
I didn't see him do stand-up. I just saw him at the club. And I just saw him talk to people. He's like, yeah, it's normally more packed. But it's just like...
He's like, you know when you go to order a meatball palm
Yeah.
and they say they only got eggplant? I don't want eggplant. I just had it yesterday.
And the day before, dude, if you're Italian, all you can eat is meatballs, eggplant, chicken cutlet, every now and then veal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's always the Italian guy who's getting angry on stage about something you're not relating to like that. He's like, and then there was no Parmesan. And you're like, nobody cares. It's just- I've never seen him do stand-up, but
Yeah.
I've heard he's funny.
This last chick I dated, she thought basil and oregano were the same fucking thing. Bada boom, bada bing. I get the fuck out of her.
It would be funny, like, because there's the Irish potato famine, if there was, like, the Italian linguini famine. Like, what are we supposed to do without a fettuccine?
I mean, is there a funner group to just make fun of on a daily basis?
the
No.
best.
Italians are
They're
number
just
one.
so goofy.
Yeah.
Like across the board, they're goofy and silly, and nobody feels bad for them ever. Nobody's like,
And the thing is, they're
"Aw."
so funny without even trying to be funny.
Yeah. Dude, there's one
They're
guy.
kind of like black people. Like, they don't really care, like, what your opinion is of them.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
They're like, we're just doing our fucking thing.
Yeah,
We're pretty fucking sick over
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
It's like it's respectable.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
It's like so many different types of white people are always like, oh, I hope I'm not bothering.
I like that you just did a Jewish guy. You're like so many different types
Oh.
of. Oh, gee whiz!
Oh no,
Yeah.
my Velcro shoes just came undone.
It's funny. Small and weak Italians look just like fucking Jews. You ever notice that?
Oh, well, there is like nobody's been able to answer me why that is. Why Italian people look and act Jewish. I don't know what the. But then my favorite was there used to be this guy at LOL. He would wear a tank top tucked into pinstripe pants, and he'd be like, and he was like 22 years old. And he had slicked back grease tan. He's like, and then my mother, and I'm like, you're not a real human being. You're like a 1940s Italian. Like, how do you walk outside your house?
Dude, the best of them seem like cartoon characters. They really do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they like bring their sisters to prom and stuff.
Nobody touches my fucking sister.
Yeah.
She's the best woman I ever knew. Nobody lay an eye on her.
Yeah. Well, it's like that's also like there's now this community of like autistic guys that are like 24 and on TikTok and like want to be Italian mobsters from like the 60s. And all of them just like spend like probably like 5 hours combing their hair just backwards and then just like doing little TikToks about like 5 reasons you should date an Italian guy. And it's just them going up. It's like best cooking. You know, it's like them just being like, we're never going to bad talk you.
Yeah. We are gonna treat you with respect and Parmesan.
If I see another mobster on a podcast, I'm gonna shoot myself in the fucking. It's everyone. He's like, oh,
That guy Michael Franchese, he's pretty good. I believe him. He seems legit.
I don't. My thing is, I don't
Do
care.
you mean Mike Francesa?
No, Mike Franchese.
Oh, okay.
Even his name is adorable. It's the silliest name.
I don't even know I got it right.
Cheesy in his name.
He's just some guy's like, hey, how you doing? We get the job done. You know what I'm saying? This guy's a liar. This guy's a punk. I'll tell you the real deal. You know,
Yeah, well, they always
I'll tell you the real deal.
every Italian podcast, they do the same thing. The mobster guys, they're always just like they tell a little story and they leave it kind of open ended. They're
Well,
like,
I mean, all stories are the same. Someone's always eating pasta. Someone always gets shot.
yeah,
Someone's wife is always busting their fazools. Like it's
yeah, yeah.
they all live the same life.
Yeah. And it's always the same. They're always like, this one guy, he messed with the mob boss's wife. Tell you what, we didn't hear from that guy again. And you're like, why is that even a story? Of course, I'm sure that happens millions of times. You're like, that isn't new.
Yeah.
If people are like, oh, that really happened? Some guy died? Because he's like, yeah, that happens.
Yeah, tell us what happened to the wife. That'll be shocking.
Yeah. That's so funny too. Like every hot Italian woman is now just the most disgusting middle-aged woman you've seen. Every like mobster's wife just has balloon tits and their face looks like fucking.
They go
Insane.
bad quick.
Oh my
They go
god,
bad
dude, they're like
quick,
avocados. Yeah.
Just because they've
A
been,
lot of
like,
them have herpes too. You
Yeah,
know
I'm-
why?
what?
Because their husband gets herpes
Yeah.
and gives it to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just have to sort of be quiet about it. Like, oh, look, I got this bump here now. All right.
Yeah.
I guess, it'll show up every now and then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been like soaking in olive oil for
Yeah.
like years.
And he's like, my wife, the most beautiful in the world. She's like, get over here. And you're like, Jesus Christ.
their skin, like comes down, like they have
Yeah.
like crazy.
Their eyebrows are spray painted on for some reason. You're like, this is fucking insane.
Dude, if they cook like the worst lasagna too, they're just getting trashed by the other women.
Yeah.
Trash.
yeah, but that's why it's always so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's they basically fat shame each other but with
Yeah.
food. Like it's like reverse fat shaming.
Yeah. I'm apparently like not allowed to tell my grandma that we're not Italian.
That she's fat.
No, they're not. We did Ancestry, and it's like we're like bulk in Spanish because Italy's just it's not that new of a country, or it's a pretty newer country like for Europe. So like those people all migrated from like the Mediterranean. There's lots of Spanish in there and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But I
Yeah,
was still,
that's
like,
why
can't tell
that's
her,
why
so.
the term Dago doesn't just mean Italian.
Oh yeah. People think it means Spanish or like all those things.
Slightly brown European is really what it
Yeah.
means.
Is Dago like short for something?
No, it's the whole word.
How does
There
it-
they
what-
go, being all Italian and shit. I don't know.
There they go. There they go again.
Being loud as fucking
That's
shit.
the worst one, by the way. In case you're wondering, Dago, then WAP, then Guinea.
Guinea.
But none of them like these are like nothing for like in my world. I'm like, this is like
No, but it's taken very seriously in Italian circles.
really,
Yeah. You don't call a guy a Dago.
huh?
Call him a greasy wop.
Yeah.
Now I just
No, not even. Something fun like Gindaloon. Like maybe
Yeah,
they'll think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
kind of funny.
Yeah, rigatoni.
yeah.
Meatball, something like that.
Yeah, meatball's a good one.
Yeah, but if you call them a Dago, they're like, whoa. hold
Noodle
on.
slurping marinara monkey
Yeah.
is what I like.
Yeah. Scampy slurping retard is another one I like.
This is, by the way, this is like I bet you there's probably 9 hours of me shooting on Italians in this podcast. Like it's like one of the most common things. I'm just like, yeah, aren't they?
It is
Dude,
kind of
it
funny.
became super common in Boston.
Yeah.
Because like when woke people started taking over that scene a little bit, and they started
Everybody's
saying,
like, all right, we can still shoot
yeah,
on
they're like, all
Italian.
right, well then we're just going ham on Italian.
Yeah.
We can't go after anyone else.
They're like great politicians and like public speakers because they have like so much confidence.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
project so much. You don't even need a
Yeah.
microphone.
Yeah.
They're also good directors because they're good communicators. So film.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll get
Scorsese.
right. They'll grab you.
Yeah.
They're very physical.
They'll
They'll-
grab
they'll
you.
rape you.
Tarantino, he's Italian, right?
They'll rape you right in the mouth.
Yeah.
No questions.
It's great
asked.
communication, I guess. I don't know.
Scorsese, Fellini, Tarantino. Yeah,
Yeah. Spike Lee.
Spike Lee is not Italian. It's the best thing you can say about him.
You don't like Spike Lee?
No, he just hates Italians.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. Yeah. Yeah, I think he hates Tarantino too, just for Django for like political reasons. He's like, I don't like slavery being made into a
popcorn movie.
yeah, but I'm like, oh, it's so sick though.
It's like the coolest movie about a slave ever.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, it's sheer entertainment, though. That's the thing. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to sit there and reflect on anything like, oh my goodness, I can't believe we did that as a country. You're just supposed to be like, yeah, get him.
yeah.
that was
Shoot that
guy.
guy.
I saw Django. That's the one slave movie. I didn't walk out going, oh, I didn't even think. I was like, I'm gonna download that playlist. That was really good music.
Yeah, it's
I
awesome
didn't even
music.
for 2 seconds. I did not reflect on slavery. I was
That's
like,
the thing about Quentin Tarantino movies. They're always stylish and cool. They're
Yeah.
you know, it's never just about like, oh, they're informing me of how people used to live in the past.
Yeah.
I guess Rick Ross was watching, like Tarantino is like friends with Rick Ross.
Of course he is.
And he like showed him Django like an early screening. And during the scene where they're all like shooting each other in the mansion and stuff, and it's like a crazy blood battle, I guess like Rick Ross just started like rapping in the room, and Tarantino's like, "We gotta have that in the movie." And then they put like a
That's
song.
like
of
awesome.
his.
That's like doing coke with your friends.
Yeah,
like you're
yeah.
like, oh, dude, we're gonna put this in the movie.
Yeah,
and
it's so
somebody
good.
play guitar in the back. That's so much fun.
Yeah, and then he ended up like rapping a song that's in the movie. I don't know if it's for that scene, but it's like somewhere in there.
The same thing happened. He did the Suicide Squad soundtrack too. Same kind of thing.
Yeah,
He was hanging out with Jared Leto. He's like, I'm the Joker, motherfucker. And he's like, what if I rapped in there? Jared Leto is the funniest weirdo. I love that guy. He's so silly. Like,
Have you ever seen House of Gucci?
I heard it's
That is his tour de force. That is his magnum opus.
It is
Yeah, I've heard
incredible. His role, the way it's like borderline retarded, like how he's acting in that movie.
Yeah, if I was Italian, I'd be really offended, I think,
but
watching
it's
it.
like he really
He
like,
talks like Super Mario, dude. Like, swear to God.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
he does. Woohoo! It's a Lady Gaga.
Yep.
Yeah, he like
He starts running away. It's like
It's insane. That movie is really fun as long as you know it's supposed to be stupid. As long
Yeah.
as you know it's supposed to be making fun of them.
I saw that movie like in the theater because I had Regal Pass. That's like when I started to have Regal Pass, and it was like during COVID, and I was there with my friend Jonah. And this was back when I was like drinking, and I was so sick. And we were seeing the movie at 11 a.m. And he got me 2 tall boys, and I like had COVID. I was just in the
Drinking,
theater,
yeah.
just drinking at 11 a.m.
yeah.
It
God,
was
you miss those days, huh?
I miss those days.
I thought I had COVID like last week, and it's funny too with COVID. You're like, well, I can drink through it. You're like, this is
Dude, you can drink through anything.
yeah.
You start drinking, you feel whatever sickness you have, unless it's like HIV.
Especially alcoholism. You can drink right through that shit.
yeah,
Dude, every time I've drank.
Oh,
it
my
through
doctor
being
says
sick,
I'm sick.
yeah.
I've never had a thing where I drink and get. I'll get drunk for a couple. Like if I get drunk in a couple nights in a row, then I will get sick. Like most.
Yeah,
of the
you'll
time.
feel bad the next day.
Yeah, but I'm like, if I've been feeling sick and then drinking, then I feel fine.
Yeah, you just power through it. It was amazing. It was like you just feel great.
Yeah,
Dude,
especially-
that's the stuff I miss about drinking.
Yeah.
It's not like we're gonna go out tonight and have a good time. The stuff I miss drinking the most is me and my friend Soldy getting two 18 packs of Miller High Life and just sitting on the bench in his front yard and getting hammered.
Oh, dude, yeah. Those. I mean, I still
Isn't
drink.
that
I still drink, and I'm like, yeah, man, that would be great. I'm like, I could do that. I could do that this week,
Dude.
But I know what you're saying. Like my favorite are some of those nights where you.
Uh-huh. I thought I put it right there for you.
I like those nights where I don't plan on getting completely. I wasn't planning on it. Somebody's like, let's just get absolutely belligerent for zero reason at all, other than the fact that we're just hanging out.
Yeah, dude. That's why day drinking, you feel better drunk too, because you're not supposed to be doing it.
Yeah. Or like, dude, like I've drank in like a snowstorm or like a hurricane. It's the funnest thing.
That's always
Yeah.
good.
the Leto thing.
Oh, dude, the best is when the fucking electricity is out and you literally might die, but you're just
Yeah.
huddled around a fire you have.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Something.
fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, we had an old school wooden stove downstairs.
Yeah.
So on cold nights, I would just hang by there with some whiskey.
Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah. God, I used to drink so much whiskey, but it kept fucking my stomach up, so I had to switch to vodka. But I was a big whiskey monkey back in the day. That's, by the way, the slur for the Irish, whiskey
Whiskey
monkey.
mug, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Slurs are easy. All you have to say is like something they eat or drink, then add monkey. You got it.
Or an animal, like it's like a donkey.
Yeah.
Orangutan's
A
fun.
pig.
They should have an orangutan one for.
For the Irish?
Yeah. I mean, they're.
I'm
they're
sure
already
it's
orange.
I'm sure it's been yelled by a British person before.
Yeah.
Orangutan.
Orangutan.
I always
Yeah.
pronounce the G at the end, but there's no G.
There's orangutan. Yeah.
Yeah.
It stands for forest people. That's what it means in Indonesian or whatever. Yeah.
People.
Yeah. That makes it cuter, like forest people. Like they're think of them as like actual, like they probably thought they were like human at some point. They're like, there's like just people that live in the forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Alien Romulus?
No, is it good?
I liked it a lot.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
check it out. I'm
I thought
going
it
to.
was
Apparently, you're supposed to look at the alien, the weird, not the alien, but there's something in there. You're supposed to look at its cock, and I didn't. Apparently, it has a really weird cock.
There's a lot of phallic demonstration in that movie.
You know,
like when? I
you
don't
know
remember
what?
this.
You know the face huggers? They have a cock with like a pussy on the end of it.
Yeah.
Because that
yeah,
thing
yeah.
shoots
the face
up.
huggers.
Yeah.
There's a scene where it flies against the window and it's just got a massive cock flopping.
Yeah.
around.
Oh, I do
But then you
remember
look at
what
the
you're talking
end
about,
of the cock and it's just like a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Really
then,
weird.
like,
We were
There's
joking about
a-
that a week ago, taking dick pics where you spread the tip of your penis open, like you spread pussy lips on like an old hustler.
and then you Photoshop yourself in there. like like an old caretaker.
with a lantern.
Yeah, like that guy at the beginning of the guy from the beginning of Harry Potter 4.
Well, I don't get that reference, but
But what were we just talking about? Oh, the alien thing.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a lot of like scenes too where the alien like pokes its head out, and it's just like a big cock,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
black cock. Coming
that's
out.
like the whole point of the alien movies. They're all about like rape and shit like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Whoa, I
very.
didn't know that.
It was so rapey. The whole movie, I couldn't believe it. Couldn't
Yeah,
believe
the first alien's really rapey.
I never thought
I mean, just
about
look at
this.
that second fucking pair of teeth that comes out.
Yeah.
That's a shaft with metal teeth at the end, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of like an uncircumcised peen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where I forget her name, not Ripley, the other one, the weaker one. She's like, oh god, oh! You remember her? Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, she the alien puts its tail like in between her legs and just sort of creeps up. And it
Oh,
doesn't-
yeah.
yeah.
Well, then there's like a shower fucking scene in this one, right? Or isn't there? Maybe that was a
I don't
different
think-
one.
yeah, I
You
think
guys
that's
are
a different
spoiling
one.
this. I don't like to know about shower fucking scenes. I don't want to be surprised
Ooh,
by them.
it's in the movie theater. Ooh.
Ah, guys.
The robot thing was weird, right? Because you don't know what's happening at the beginning, and there's like a radio character. There's basically like a retarded black
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Like,
I
what
thought
is-
that was great. The way they used his character was great.
right,
All right,
but
yeah.
it was very like the connotations were odd because she like maybe it was just me seeing things and
Let's
looking
not
for-
give away too much because Alan's.
I haven't seen it, but if there's a slave in it, I'm definitely going to watch
Well,
it.
that's not what I'm saying. But there's just a weird.
technically there is.
Yeah, that is weird. You didn't feel it was a little weird that they. Maybe I'm just too comic-y that I'm like, that's an angle there. I don't know.
No, I
Yeah,
kind
dude.
of liked it.
Sometimes I think that I see things that aren't there just because I'm always looking for a joke.
Yeah.
And when I joke about the most horrible things, I see the most horrible things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it is a brain training exercise to like
Yeah.
just be like, I'm gonna go into this.
With open-minded, but you're like, it's just weird because she owns a black. Okay, I'm not gonna give too much. I
Yeah.
think that's weird,
Well,
but it's
I
the
mean,
future. Slavery has been at that point. That
Slavery-
And finally, like, can we stop talking about it? They're like, it's
Yeah.
been 95,000 years.
It is. I'll give you. I'll give you. It is. It's one thing that she owns a black person. Like,
Right.
that's a choice that you can get past. But it is weird that that is the only black person
In
in
the
the
movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the way he talks is like weird and like, yeah.
Yeah. No, I really liked it.
Well, how does he talk? He doesn't go, thanks, Amasa. He doesn't do that, does he?
No, but it's like he's kind of like a little.
He's, like,
fucked
anxious.
Up. He's like a little
Yeah.
anxious and kind of like almost like on the spectrum. Like
Yeah.
Like he just keeps like.
Is this a
telling-
droid?
Yeah, it's a robot.
Oh,
But you find that
okay.
out like 1 minute in.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
know
so it's
that
not
very-
like a
Okay, so, all right, look. You could own a black droid, right? Why wouldn't you? They're probably stronger and faster than the other ones.
It's just I will say this: like, there's a scene.
But they do
I'm not
give
ruining
you.
anything.
They do give you more attitude.
I'm not ruining. See, there's a scene where there's like 4 white people like beating up the droid, and you feel a little like it makes you feel weird. I felt weird watching that for like
Yeah,
a second. I
yeah.
was like, this feels very Rodney King like. I don't.
If I had a sex slave who was a robot, I would be very nice to her, so she doesn't murder me.
Yeah, that's a good point. They could. Yeah,
You should
robots
be- you
could
should
turn
be
really
ni-
fast.
That's one thing.
Hey,
we're
I
gonna
wouldn't
have
call her
to-
a sex slave either. I'd be like, this is my partner.
Yeah, I would be
Yeah.
like, this is
Who can't
my
leave and I
queen.
bought.
Yeah. Well, I can't. Well, I can't bring her out. She has to charge. But yeah.
That is, we're gonna see that soon though, and I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the age where like 92, we can't get it up anymore. We're just like, no.
yeah, it's gonna be right after.
No.
That is going to be nice. I am excited for like when my relationship was ending, I was sort of going through this thing where I was like a sexless being, and it was really nice. I liked like it was kind of a nightmare with like but I was like part of me was just like, oh, I just don't even think about sex. I just like jerk off in the morning. I just go on. So I'm like the idea of returning to sexlessness doesn't sound terrible to me.
The tables will turn when that happens, when men can just buy realistic sex robots.
Mm-hmm.
I think women will have to start paying for dinner, honestly.
yeah.
It's like, hey, Chili's is on you.
Yeah.
My balls have never been more empty.
Yeah.
I don't even want you here, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it is.
They'll have to learn how to play PlayStation and shit too, man.
But also, women need men, or men need women with like reproductive.
Can't live
organs.
with them. Can't live without
Can't
them.
live.
as they
It's
say.
classic.
Yeah.
Classic. We're right back to where we started.
Yeah. No, I don't see it. I think everything people. I can't even know how my day's gonna go, so it's kind of weird that people always try to predict the future. It's not weird, but I just think it's inaccurate the way everybody views the future. They're always like, "Oh, this will be this," because like the same way we're talking about everybody having sex robots, people talk about flying cars for like 45 years. Like flying cars are right around the corner. You see airplanes, you see helicopters flying, and it's like that. Never.
They're not coming anytime soon either.
No.
I don't think it's like a realistic form of
Not,
Well, I would say that's why I
not
don't
until
think
we
that-
figure out like a new energy source. It can't be done.
a new.
That's why I don't think
energy
the
source.
sex robots are really going to become a thing. It's like I think people
Yeah.
people are more likely to like. I think clones would happen before that.
Yeah,
Sex
maybe.
clones. That's kind of a moral issue, though. Can you imagine owning a Katy Perry? Like, you know,
Could you imagine cloning your wife just to have one that will do anal?
They just changed
Yeah.
one function in
Yeah.
the brain. So
you love that wife so much more. You know, she doesn't do anything else.
Yeah.
Like your other wife still cleans and does everything for you, but you treat the anal one better.
this is my anal wife. Well, it's like I don't know. I think
How you took the anal wife on a spa day, didn't you? Oh.
well, it's also like it's been for sure like they've cloned humans. I 100% believe it. I've said it like 90 times, but I think they've 100% done
If they
it.
cloned a sheep, they can clone a person.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they'll like last. Like
No, I bet
they
you
might
it's
like
like-
fall apart and melt like 5 minutes afterwards. Like,
Yeah.
wow, kill me, you know.
Yeah, and the scientist still pulls his pants down and fucks like a just like
Just a puddle.
yeah.
So is that a no?
Just a dying puddle.
I think the ass is right around here.
Yeah, no, I think that's for sure. But I don't know. I'm like, but the thing I think is like everybody always tries to predict the future. Like we're going this way, we're going that way. It's like it's gonna go some way different.
Yeah, I think
dragons
there-
are coming back.
I think
is
there
what I'm
might
saying.
be not as much a division between conservatives and liberals in the future, but I think there will be a division between men and women. I think there's going to be like a
Interesting.
woman party and a men party.
Dude, that is such a good point. I feel like men and women have never been more divided than that. Like, I'll go on like dates, and women are like, "I fucking just hate." Like, everyone would just be like, "I hate men." This one's like, I have this book called "How to Date Men When You Hate Men," and I'm like, could you fucking imagine me going on a date like, I fucking hate chicks. They're the fucking worst. Anyways, do you want to suck my cock?
Yeah. You want to do the one thing you're good for, ho?
Yeah, I think it's like a growing divide, and
Yeah.
I think like
Dude, that's why China pretty much banned feminism. They squashed it.
yeah.
Well, I think it is like, I mean, it's hard. I will say this, when there's a bunch of people like me raping out there, it's very hard for me to be like, hey, we're not that bad. And you're like I've probably been on dates where women have been raped before. So it's like, it's hard for me to just be like,
Dude,
Do you ask? I ask right away.
have you been
I'm like, hey,
raped?
listen. I like to tell jokes. All right, so tell me right now. You know, oh, you have? All right, you're probably not very funny then.
I think like every woman has been raped.
yeah. So then I'm like, I kind of get where it comes from.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah. It's always like I like dropping it back on them. I'll be like, I got raped. And they're like, oh,
yeah.
By a woman.
by a woman. Yeah.
A woman raped me.
By a woman after a man.
You say whatever
Man,
race she is
really
too.
raped.
You're like, with a Indonesian lady. So what do you have to
What do
say
you
for
think
your
about
people?
I guess you're gonna have to kill yourself. Now.
Yeah. The one thing I hear though constantly though is I always hear that like there's a lot of just very boring dudes in this city. Like out of any
Yeah.
other, like I don't know. Maybe it's different in Boston. Like I've never met a guy from Boston who's boring in my whole entire life.
I mean, think about it. There's almost nothing more boring than a guy trying to get laid because he's not trying anything really. He's
Yeah,
focused
he's not
on a mission.
doing like he's not like being themselves.
yeah, you're doing the opposite of what.
Yeah, you're just being like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be the most
Yeah.
interesting guy ever. Like he's.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's just
We see him in his
pussy.
spare time, like juggling knives on a unicycle, but he's
Yeah.
like, no, I
Yeah.
can't tell her about how sick that is. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
like
In
a
the back
nerd.
of his mind, he's just pussy.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
scare away the pussy. Pussy.
And he's
Pussy.
like, so I invested recently, and they're like,
Yeah. I work in investments. They're just
I would
trying to
like
drop.
to-
They have money.
I would like to invest my penis in your big fat pussy.
Don't be a bitch.
Don't-
Don't be a bitch.
These are the projections.
and this is the erection.
Yeah. I think we're just because we started a little late. We probably got to wrap up here pretty soon.
Hell yeah.
What do you guys want to promote?
News from Bed. Check out News from Bed. You know that probably already if you've been listening to this podcast.
Yeah.
I've been out here a few times.
I got a comedy special called Straight for Pay.
Hell yeah.
Very funny. And Sham was supposed to be on this episode, but he dropped out. So go ahead if you follow Sham on Instagram. Go ahead and just
just unfollow.
unfollow Sham. Let's say you should have showed up.
They'll allow you on more airlines if you do.
All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you.